Hi guys, today's video is on what is worth a splurge and worth the extra price and when it's better just to go with the drugstore version. Save your money, it's not worth it. So when is it worth a splurge? I'm going to start with categories. So first we'll do face. So for face primers, I would say drugstore is just as good, sometimes better, equivalent. Nobody would know the difference. A lot of women don't even use primers, so I would say drugstore. NYX has some great ones. I also like the L'Oreal True Match, L'Oreal Lumi, which you guys probably heard me talk about before. For foundation, I would say it depends on the person. If you have a skin tone that's really easy to match and you find that when you buy a drugstore one, it looks perfectly fine on you and you have no problem. If you're like a middle tan color, go for the drugstore. If you don't have very, very dry skin or very, very oily skin and you don't need anything special, you don't have a lot of wrinkles or a lot of acne, you don't have a lot to cover, go for the drugstore. But if you have a problem matching your skin tone, if every time you get your foundation you hate it and you're always like, oh, it doesn't blend into my jawline, it doesn't cover my acne, I can't tell if I'm yellow undertoned or pink undertoned or whatever, I would say get one bottle of nice foundation. Go to Sephora, get color matched. Go to MAC, get color matched one time. Pay for it one time as a splurge, as a gift to yourself for your anniversary. Ask your, whoever. So I think that if you go once and you talk to the person who's doing your makeup and say, what would you recommend? Am I about middle of the road? Do you think I'm a little bit lighter than that? Do you think I have yellow undertones, cool undertones? What should I be looking for if I'm trying to buy it out of a drugstore? And they'll tell you. I mean, they don't have to, but most of the time they're going to want to help you, and they're just normal people like us. So they understand you're like, I can't always afford to buy this stuff, but this one time I'm going to go ahead and buy it as a splurge. And you don't even have to buy it. You can just tell them, can you help me pick out a foundation, and be like, okay, that way when my daughter wants to buy me my present, I can tell her which color I need. You know what I mean? And you can just talk to them as they do it. They're not going to do your entire face and makeup for free, but they'll do your chin and your cheek, just to make sure it blends. I find that the Color IQ at Sephora is totally worth it. But like I said, if you have no problem matching your foundation and you found one that you like, no coverage issues, go for it. Stay with the drugstore. It's fine. Powder, I would say drugstore yet again. NYX and E.L.F. and even L'Oreal and stuff make great powders. For bronzer, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go high end on this one. I used to think that the Rimmel London and the Wet n Wild ones and stuff were just as good. But honestly, Benefit Hoola and the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzers have changed my mind on that. High end all the way. You don't want an orange undertone. I don't like a whole lot of shimmer, and a lot of the drugstore bronzers have shimmer, and that is no bueno if you have acne or large pores. The next thing would be blush, and I say this could go either way. A really nice, finely milled, powdered blush from a high-end place can't be beat. I mean, they just feel so silky and so good on your skin. They don't look powdery on your skin and everything. They won't make you look ashy if you have darker skin. They're just really finely made. But I found that the Milani ones, the baked blushes, are quite pigmented. They're $8. You can buy several colors for the same price as one MAC blush. You could buy almost 3 Milani blushes for the price of one MAC blush. So you can get more variety. You can get a pink, a peach, and a coral, or a, baby pink, a hot pink, and a rose colored, or whatever pleases you, for the same price as one MAC blush. Now, are they going to be the same quality? Are they going to last the same amount of time? I don't know. And a problem with a lot of the drugstore ones is that they actually are a little powdery. And so when you wear them, you have kind of like a cakey look to your face. And if you have a lot of makeup on, that's just not flattering. You want to look more natural, like a glow from within. So in that case, maybe you should go with the cream blush from the drugstore. Those are great as long as you blend, 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 because cream blushes can just be like splotch. You have to really work it in with a nice stippling brush. But anyway, let's move on to highlighters. I would say highlighters, yet again, is going to be drugstore. High end. It's going to be worth the splurge. I love my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I love the Laura Mercier one. I love my MAC Soft and Gentle. I'm defining drugstore as like NYX, Ulta. Ulta because they often have like buy one, get two free kind of thing. Buy two, get one free. So it's about $10 a product, $6 a product, something like that, which is similar to the drugstore prices. But MAC and these other brands might fall more into the high-end category. Dior, Estee Lauder, Hourglass, MAC, what else? Urban Decay. So Buxom, Makeup Forever, those would all qualify to me as higher end. But anyway, highlighters would definitely be high end. Sorry guys. The Wet n Wild one is great, and I do use it, but it's got a lot of shimmer, not a lot of payoff in the color department. So for eyeshadow primers, I would say high end again, honestly. They just don't crease, they don't go anywhere, and your makeup stays. If you have crappy primer, even if you use the best shadows, they may not last. And I feel like if you have a matte shadow that just isn't sticking, isn't staying, if you put a primer under it, you might be able to get it to work. Like there's a few MAC eyeshadows that I have that just are so matte, they don't move. They have no give to them. They're not easy to work with. They're not forgiving. So they're hard to blend, but if you use a good primer, I feel like the pigmentation sticks a lot better, and so a good primer is worth it. Eyeshadow, however, go for the drugstore. Wet n Wild makes some good ones. Rimmel London makes some great ones. NYX is getting on that board, and they make little palettes. They're awesome. For eyeliners, I would say for pencil eyeliners, the Almay ones are really good. The ones that come with like the trios for like green eyes or trios for brown eyes or whatever, those eyeliners are really good. I would say that the liquid eyeliners, E.L.F has some great ones, but I also think that it might be better to buy like one nice eyeliner. One second. Oh, lovely. Puppy's eating something I know she's not supposed to have. Um, Fantastic. So I think for the MAC Rapid Black one that I love, that penultimate liner is so good. But E.L.F makes some great ones too. So that's a personal choice. To me, eyeliner is really important. It makes the look. And if that doesn't stay, I don't feel pretty. That's just me. So like for this look, like I really needed a nice thick black line for my wing. So it's worth it for me to spend a little more to get that look. For mascara, drugstore all the way. I use Rimmel all the time. Rimmel London, CoverGirl, Maybelline, whatever I find, whatever looks new and different and fun. Can't go wrong with some great lash, some good stuff. For brows, I hear a lot of great things about the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow stuff available at Ulta and Sephora. It's high end, high end. It's like it can be $50, $30 for something for your brows. I don't own any. They're always out of stock when I want one, but I hear the brow is amazing. So I'm not going to make a call on this one. I use a MAC eyeshadow, so I think I'm going to lean towards high end, but I did just order some E.L.F products for my brows, and I hear those are really good online too, and they're only $3. So that is to be determined. The next thing I'm going to talk about would be the setting sprays. And for setting sprays, I would have to say that it's drugstore. It doesn't matter. I have the MAC Fix Plus. I have the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setter. And then I have NYX. And I have another drugstore one. I don't know. And I don't really notice a difference. So that's my opinion on when it's worth a splurge and when it's worth a save. Definitely save your money on lip gloss and even lipsticks. Like I said before, I don't buy MAC lipsticks. I get them for free. I take back 6 empties and I use the Back to MAC program. Bring back 6 empty containers of any kind of makeup they sell, and you can get 1 free lipstick. So that's how I get all my MAC lipsticks. I don't buy them. I have one Estee Lauder lipstick that was like $30 or something. But honestly, like I don't notice that much of a difference. It does last a lot longer, but I don't love the color anymore. And I don't reach for that in my makeup collection that much more than the drugstore ones, just because it's high end. I feel like it's my mood, whatever color I'm feeling, that's what I grab. I don't buy the same color in drugstore and in high end. I just buy, whatever colors I like, and then if it happens to be drugstore that day, then that's fine. I don't care. Rarely do I do a completely drugstore or a completely high-end look. I do a mix of both. I hope that helps. Please comment below if you have any favorite drugstore or high-end products that you think I need to try, when you think it's worth a splurge. I'm curious to see if you guys have found some great options for things that I've said were only good for high-end. If you found some good drugstore versions, I'd be glad to try those. Thanks. Bye.